Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Royal Rumble recap, the first premium live event recap of 2023. I am the microphone messiah. I am here with the still podcast predictions champion, Brandon Tanguma, and of course, the agent of chaos, Miss Katie Scarlett. People, how we doing today?
Doing good.
Doing fantastic, people. I told you on the show I was going undefeated. I was getting every single prediction right now. Some might say this was a very predictable Royal Rumble card. I don't care. I told you to bet the house on everything I said. And if you did that, you're a very rich person today. You're welcome, everybody.
Yes, as I'm rewatching the Royal Rumble, the Beast Incarnate makes his way to the squared circle. This is one of the greatest Royal Rumble events I've ever seen. It was an emotional Rumble.
I
This
agree.
You see, like a few years ago, they used the tagline "Remember the Rumble." They should have used that for this one because we were going to remember this one forever. This
Oh yeah.
forever, ever, forever, ever, 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 ever. I mean, this was impactful. It got leaked out that the order of which things were going to go. I sent it to the group chat. I didn't know how true that would be, but it was all true. So first up was the men's Royal Rumble match, but before that, to kick off the show, Pat McAfee returned to WWE to the commentary booth for the night, and it was fantastic. People thought he would be a surprise entrant in the Rumble. That was not the case, but still, it was great to see Pat back. I'm gonna need WWE to clear the check and get Seven Nation Army for the theme song, though. I'm sorry. I'm gonna need that.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm a personally. I mean the doom. I'm gonna need all of that, guys. What do you? I mean, Brandon, you're the sports guy. I know Pat's a sports guy. What are your thoughts on seeing him back?
I'm the resident Pat McAfee guy. I was very excited to see him. I had a little mini watch party at my house, and everybody there are Pat McAfee guys too. I it wasn't 100% clear. I thought because I had in my mind that the men's rumble was starting first, that I thought Pat was going to enter number one. I was like, okay, that's kind of wild, but he was, I think, better as he was commentating the entire show, and I thought he was great. He didn't overstep his bounds, whether it's a work or not. Michael Cole said he didn't know Pat was showing up. I doubt that, but you can definitely tell how close Pat and Michael Cole are, and it's fun to see.
Yeah, Pat dropping Bang Bros lines all night or
Amen, brother.
during the
He said
during the
he said the cock.
yes, he did say he just Pat popped in like he never left. I did like how they were. Pat was like, "What is this?" And then Michael Cole was like, "Well, since you've been gone, so and so." I did like those little tidbits. Katie, how'd you like Pat back on commentary?
Oh, I was so happy to have him back. I mean, I was a huge McAfee fan. Um, the only thing I wish is that we had had Shinsuke Nakamura come out because then we would have gotten him on the table dancing around. I love that.
There was no Shinsuke, huh? I did.
No, there was no Shinsuke.
Yeah. So a lot of things like there was no Shinsuke, there was no Riddle, there was no Randy, there was no Austin. Like I thought there was going to be. I really thought it after the events of Dominic Mysterio attacking his father, and there were only 29 entrants in this Rumble and not 30. Uh,
Yeah.
I thought
Rey Mysterio and Curtis Axel have claims to be Royal Rumble winners.
Scotty Too Hotty too. I believe that same thing happened to him, and that was like what 18, 19 years ago at this point. Um, yeah. So Brandon, official time for this Royal Rumble.
Official time for the men's rumble was 11 hours, 1 hour, 11 minutes, 42 seconds. Gunther sets the record. He was number one, having the longest time in a traditional male rumble because, the Saudi Arabia Royal Rumble is like an asterisk that we don't really talk about, but we guess I have to acknowledge in canon, which is held by Dana Bryan. Shout out. But Gunther and Sheamus started off 1-2. Cody finishes off at 30, and he ends up winning it by eliminating Gunter, and they had a nice little like 10-minute mini match in the Royal Rumble.
They pulled a Taker and Sean from the '07 Rumble, have a little match at the end there. I loved it. This was a very good Rumble. I was talking to one of my homies, and he was like, "Yeah, Cody winning, it's cool and all, but it could have been somebody else." I'm like, "Well, who else, man? Brock as he destroyed the kind of the ringside area with throwing steps and things and attacking Corbin because he got eliminated by Lashley. Brock was only in there for like 3 minutes. That was crazy.
Yeah, he was only in for 3 minutes, and I was like, oh
Damn,
no,
2 minutes,
no.
28 seconds.
Oh, oh man. Oh Jesus. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was something, man. Nobody else was really lined up to do anything. We obviously know Lashley and Lesnar are going to go at Mania. Theories tied up with the U.S. title, might be getting the Cena match. We don't know what Gunther will be doing at WrestleMania. I don't see Drew or Sheamus getting there at this point in time. But it was just it was good, man. This was very good. Logan Paul showing up. I guess he recovered very well from all those injuries that he suffered in that Roman match, and him and Ricochet pulling off one of the craziest spots I've seen. It's a simple springboard spot, but it was wild. He has the best buckshot lariat in the business. I'm sorry, Hangman. Uh, yeah,
CM Punk would like to argue that.
isn't that how he got injured? Didn't he hurt
I,
himself on that? Yeah, let's not. Let's
who
not.
knows?
Let's not say. Speaking of CM Punk, you see that Seth interview? Seth called him a cancer and to stay
Yeah.
away. I was like, oh boy. But Booker T showed up. I mean, it was this was a fun little rumble.
It was great to see the Spinneroonie.
Yes, at 57 years of age, Booker had one more spinneroonie in Texas. You'll love to see it. Brandon, what are your thoughts on the Rumble?
Yeah, I don't think I'm as like super high on the Rumble as you guys were, but I thought they told nice stories, sprinkled throughout. Sheamus, Gunther, Drew, the Dominic Mysterio or Rey Mysterio stuff. I thought was a good touch. There was like so many like little things we can go to. So like, storytelling wise, I think it did a great job. Now, maybe are we spoiled and we have too high expectations for Rumbles now of wanting surprises and legends and blah, 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 kind of. We talked about it, if this was going to be the main event, Sammy and how that was going to play out. I think they did it perfectly having this match be the opener to where the Sammy cloud didn't hover over it. So, because Cody, say what you will, maybe people would have turned on him if it was him and Sammy. So I think having this match on first, although kind of head scratching at the beginning, when everything was said and done, when the show was over, it made complete sense why they did it.
It did. Edge made his return in the Rumble and started attacking Judgment Day, and Rhea came out there and clobbered Edge, and then Beth showed up and speared Rhea. I thought that
It was
was
great to see that.
I think the only thing like negative I would kind of pick out is like Montez Ford. Like we've kind of picked him as a guy who could be possibly on the rise.
Yeah, he didn't
for,
really
like
get
years
the
now. He didn't do
shine.
anything. 44 seconds is what they're saying is he was in there for. So
Yeah,
Angelo Dawkins was there longer than he was.
he didn't really get the shine, and then he was like, "Really, eliminate me in front of my friends and family." I thought that was a nice little thing. Uh, Chad Gable and Xavier Woods having a little wrestling match, some wrestling in their little amateur contest. I thought that was great. I'm gonna need to see them have a real one. If you ever want to talk sports, Brandon, we could talk some wrestling. We could talk some. Who's going to the NCAA
A real
championship?
sport.
Who's going there? You want to talk that? We can talk that.
Hey, in between the commercials, I try to find something to watch. They've been having some wrestling stuff on the ESPN, so I throw that on. Watch some guys do the graps. The only person from NXT to show up in this year's Rumble on the men's side, Booker T. Shout out.
Yes, but yes, Cody Rhodes. He punched his ticket to WrestleMania. Goes Hollywood. He will be in Los Angeles in the main event for the heavyweight title. We assume it's going to be Roman, but there's still time. Anything can happen in this business. But it was great, man. Cody, kissing the too sweet and showing off the gun. Just kind of a nod to where he's been and how he got here with this journey. Gunther going after the Peck and just chopping the hell out of them, and you could see the scar, and it was all just he didn't get cleared till that day to actually compete, which is crazy. I watched his little interview with Ariel Helwani, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I was announced, but I wasn't like cleared by the WWE doctors until like the day of." And I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting." What if he didn't get cleared? Who would they would have gone with? Who that's something to think about,
Logan
Probably
Paul.
Gunther.
Probably who?
Gunther.
That's something. That is something. But
Gunther
yeah,
had it since he was there for the entire match. He had a lot of big boy spots. Him and Brock had a showdown. Braun.
yes.
I thought Gunther, you can make it easy because he's just there the whole time, but I thought he was an MVP. And he was like Rhea, shout out Rhea. She was just kind of like, there's a lot of spots where she was just like rested in the corner, kind of forget about her. But Gunther, I felt like he was just there and like everything all the time.
Absolutely. He played his part brilliantly. Any other thoughts about the men's rumble before we move on?
Um, Not really. No John Cena. We thought maybe like a John Cena Austin Theory thing, kind of
Yeah.
starting that off. That didn't happen.
Yeah, Kofi messed up his spot again, unfortunately.
Hey, that was the same chair that Pat almost ate shit on when he did his entrance. So that
So
chair needs to be
it's
That
retired.
hair is cursed.
that chair is cursed, you know. We will blame the chair.
Yep.
Yeah, so what was next?
The next match was the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match between Bray Wyatt and LA Knight. Officially, this one goes 505. And this was the laser tag neon special. They turned the lights out, and we have a lot of just neon colors everywhere. Visually, it looked different, cool. Might be a word some people would use. And Bray Wyatt wins. Then he puts on a new spooky mask, kind of looks like Luchasaurus. Hopefully, he doesn't get sued by some like VFX company, because I guess AEW is getting sued by someone like that. And then
Yeah. I wonder
uh,
why they're just getting sued now. Like
I don't know.
Luchasaurus has been with them for like 3 years.
So then we walk up in the crowd or something, and we get Uncle Howdy. He does a Shane McMahon dive into a padded, a fucking padded thing.
Yeah, do we
And
know it's padded? Do we know that confirmed?
I don't know. Yeah, it looked like a cushy landing, one might say. And then we got the return of the human sized puppets.
Yes, and Bray. I love Bray's new song. Like him, it just it fits. It fits this new incarnation. Like it was different. It was weird. You know, with Bray, you're gonna get something supernatural and spooky. The paint on the face, I thought that was a nice little touch with the neon and everything. Bulletcast might have to book something like this. Something wild like this. I don't know, but I it was different, and given like the things we've seen from other supernatural matches that Bray has had, this wasn't terrible. I will say that.
I mean,
Katie.
that's a pretty low bar that it was not terrible.
Well, I mean, like it was short. It served its purpose, and given like how short it was and what happened at the end of the night, we see why it was kind of this length in time. And I think Katie and I were talking about the women's title match and its time, also how it was kind of short, but it all worked out in the end. We could say that. Katie, what are your thoughts on Mountain Dew Pitch Black? Apparently, it's good. Cody's a fan.
I feel like we need to have a tasting party.
We you know what we should. You're at Oasis on Friday, right?
Yeah,
Gilman. I'll pick some up and we'll try some.
sounds like a plan. In regards to the match, though, I really liked it. I thought that the whole black light neon gimmick was great. Definitely a fan of Bray's like neon makeup and the whole like the face paint and stuff. It was really cool. The match was short, obviously, but that gave us time to do more of the like spooky, like no cell gimmick, chase LA Knight, get Uncle Howdy in it, get all of the puppets together. Like I thought it was fun. I really liked it. I wouldn't say it was a highlight of the night for me, but it was something that I enjoyed and will remember.
All right, all right. You have any other thoughts, Brandon?
I mean, this isn't exactly my thing when it comes to wrestling. I think I made that clear. My take on Bray Wyatt and the stuff he's done. I think just having the Mountain Dew sponsorship, like in a Bray Wyatt type match, does kind of take you out of it as well, because it's like, oh, this is just like a corporate company thing that they're doing. And I mean, like Katie said, like visually, I thought it looked cool. Like I thought it was like visually it was appealing, but I just don't really want that in my wrestling. So
Yeah. As Elias smacks Gunther on the back with the guitar. Forgot that was a spot.
Yeah.
And you got a double Glasgow kiss from Sheamus and McIntyre. I want to call the Royal Rumble. I think I have a new goal in life, guys. I would love to call the Rumble. I think that would be so much fun. Moving on.
Like a lot. There's a lot of moving parts and a lot of things you got to point out.
I mean, give me a part. Brandon, come make the commentary debut. Come on, man.
I'll be your Pat. I'll be your Pat McAfee.
Okay, all right.
Just saying dumb things to pop myself, and maybe it pops other people, but I don't care.
I love it. I love it. All right. What was next?
Next, we have the Raw women's title match between Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss. This one goes 7:35 as Bianca retains. No spooky bollocks during the match. Bianca gets a clean, decisive win at the end. And then after Bianca celebrates, Alexa's just sitting there in the middle of the ring. And then we get like a montage of Alexa Bliss's spooky look on the Jumbotron. And she salts or whatever. And we're going to get the next chapter of whatever this is. We don't get a Bray Wyatt, no Uncle Howdy, nothing like that. Just, reminiscing on what she used to look like. I thought the match was fine. 7:35, maybe a little bit long. I mean, I think just have Bianca go in there, not like squash her, but have it like the same time as the Bray Wyatt match, like 5 minutes, get in, get out.
I think the reason why it went a little bit like at that time was because they're trying to tell the story of Bliss is trying to realize who she used to be. She's a 5-time champion. She did this and did that. She was successful when she was ruthless, and she's trying to get back to that. So I don't know.
I think it also is just like Alexa Bliss is not a credible challenger to Bianca at this point. And so it was either have Bianca win or the crowd was waiting for something to happen with Bray Wyatt.
If it were the Alexa Bliss of old, would you say that she was a credible challenger?
I mean, I guess. I mean, it'd be a little bit better if we had 2017 Alexa Bliss coming off a Raw, her championship runs. But even then, it's whatever.
Congrats to Bianca, been champion for over 300 days now. She's killing it. She's killing it. I'm still watching this Rumble. Finn Balor, what kind of shoes is homie rocking? I might have to get some of these purple joints.
Don't know exactly what they were. They were like Nike. Maybe they were I don't know if they were high top Air Force Ones, but you're like a Jordan 1 or something like that.
Something of the sort. Congrats to Bianca Belair, and then they do the spooky gimmick after. And Bray said in the press conference that he and Alexa are going to kind of be tied together forever, given the stuff that they did on screen together. So it is what it is. Something's going to play out. I don't know.
Something will play out. Then staying in the women's division, we had the women's Royal Rumble match. This one going 1 hour. 1 minute and 3 seconds. Rhea Ripley entering at number 1, Liv Morgan entering at number 2, and those were the final 2 competitors. Both women setting the record for longest women's Rumble time. Obviously, Rhea holding that crown because she won the match, eliminating Liv. Came down to Rhea, Asuka, who is still Asuka, but she had her Kana type face paint on, and Liv Morgan. All 3 of the women are on the outside. Kana sprays Liv
with the blue mist.
Phillip, I know you're the mist guy. What does the blue mist mean?
You were so Katie. This is like 3 years ago at this point. They're in wrestling. There are the different types of mist: the black, the green, the yellow. The blue. I read a list about what the mist does. There's one that causes narcolepsy, and it was an interesting tidbit for real. Let me pull that up. But let me pull that up. I forgot now. But
so whatever. Maybe Liv Morgan got the narcolepsy mist from Asuka, and I thought they had a nice, fun little back and forth between the 3 of them for a nice 2 minutes on the outside, and Rhea skins the cat, and then ultimately
I found it.
Do a head scissors for Liv to get eliminated.
So the blue one apparently sends your opponent to sleep. So she was about to go night like some NyQuil.
Yellow paralyzes the opponent.
Yes.
Green obscures an opponent's vision.
Yes. Which is the most common one, is the green. Red is supposed to burn the eyes.
Black is poison mist, and it blinds.
Purple, momentary distraction and memory loss.
Which would make sense because Malachi Black uses the black mist, and that's he was blinding everybody.
Yes.
It's almost like this is a real thing. You can find this at your local pharmacy or local hospital.
Oh no, this is a thing. But it was great to see Asuka back, with the Kana makeup and the new music. I think that was great. Liv Morgan, she no longer has the shortest time in the Rumble. That belongs to a returning Chelsea Green.
And she ran in and got eliminated immediately. That was hilarious.
Yeah, she looks great.
Glad she didn't get injured.
Yes, Matt Cardona saying that his babe returned to WWE. Now she set a Rumble record. I thought that was hilarious. Nia Jax made a return to the Royal Rumble. That was a nice little surprise. You know, she's not like most girls. I know. Katie is not a fan. I have to, I have to tell Roman this now.
That's fine.
If if you don't
Well,
like
nice
one
that
member of the
WWE
bloodline,
apparently
then you're
has,
against the whole. What'd you say?
Well, I was just gonna say, nice to see the WWE has relaxed their vaccine policies to allow Nia Jax back.
She may have
Allegedly.
we don't know. She may have it. We don't know. We don't know.
Lana, CJ Perry was at the Royal Rumble, but was not in it.
Yes.
She was
Michelle
doing TikToks
McCool.
with Damian Priest.
Michelle McCool makes a appearance in the Rumble from the barricade. She wrestled in Uggs. That was actually kind of impressive. Not even gonna lie. But that was something.
Surprisingly sturdy.
Yes. She almost ate ish on the barricade, but she recovered. She still hits that Styles Clash Faith Breaker like it's nothing. Michelle McCool might need to have another run. I'm not even joking. Like
That might be what they were setting up.
I was hoping Layla was going to come out. It didn't happen, but I'll just take Michelle McCool.
I need. Katie, were you watching at the time of Lay Cool?
No.
So basically, in NXT with Gigi Dolan and JC Jane are like trying to do with the co-women's champion. Lay Cool did that when they were the co-women's champion, and they even broke the title apart and each carried a piece of the championship.
Huh.
Lay Cool was great. I love it.
Except for they were the mean girls, a part of calling Mickey James Picky James. We're just gonna not talk about that.
We're not gonna talk about that. The point is, Michelle McCool looked great. I would love to see her have another run in the Rumble. Montez Ford is in now. What kind of shoes was Ford wearing? I'm gonna have to get me some of them.
Well, you can't get too long of a look because he's gone.
Oh no, he's still in it for the time being. He skins the cat, takes it to Balor. The Women's Rumble, it did its purpose. I love that Rhea won.
We had a debuting Piper Niven in WWE, which was fun to see.
That was
more
fun.
dewdrop.
The dewdrop references popped me. I'm not even gonna lie. I popped for every single one. I thought it was great. Bailey
I'm very glad to see her as her NXT name though.
Yeah, yes. Bailey and Damage Control running roughshod over the Rumble for a little bit. Becky coming out there with a purpose, and then both getting eliminated that early really surprised me.
Yeah, same.
It's about the new stars now. I mean,
Roxanne Perez, Zoe Stark make an appearance. Indy Hartwell makes an appearance. No one gets an elimination, but
yes,
a little cameo. Zoe in there for 26-34, so shout out her.
Yeah, I mean, Roxanne, Texas girl from Laredo, down, what was it? He said I-80 or whatever. I don't know, but it's still, just
you're the Texas guy, Phillip. You don't know the highways over there.
Dude, I didn't like being in Texas. I was not a fan. Was not a fan at all. There were some good times, but was not a fan. Plus I don't know. But yeah, no, it was good stuff. It was good stuff, man. I like this Rumble. Maybe Rhea enters the men's Rumble next year.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
I thought the women's Rumble was going to be first, and given whatever was going to happen, I thought what if she won the women's Rumble and then tried to enter the men's? That would have been something. That would have been something. Yeah, congratulations to Rhea Ripley. I'm happy for her. She's come such a long way from the Mae Young Classic to this. And she's only like, what, 20, 26, 27?
Rhea Ripley needs to be the person to beat Bianca Belair at the WrestleMania.
Because people are saying like this could be the female Rock Austin type rivalry, and I'm like, we'll see.
I was a little scared because we had the Beth Phoenix stuff in the men's match, so maybe we just blow that off on a Raw or on
go to Montreal and do that.
Yeah, or at Elimination Chamber. But yeah, I do wonder what who eliminated Seth, because
I think it was Gunther, right?
Yeah.
Gunther. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was trying to, because I remember like in my mind, like people who like eliminated the others, like, okay, maybe they're setting that up for a WrestleMania match, and I would not be mad.
Seth versus Gunther for the IC. Give me that.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Oh no, it was Logan Paul. That's right. Logan Paul and Seth Rollins. That I kind of bookmarked that.
Actually, you know what? That would be tight.
I kind of bookmarked that as like that would make sense for a match.
That would be awesome. The Cody Seth stare down was awesome. And then they worked together and gave pedigrees to Gunther, which was fun.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
The main event was next, right? The Universal title.
Yes.
Yes.
Man,
That was an
it
emotional roller coaster.
it was. I mean, just like KO kicking out and Roman, him having the look of like, are you serious? Like, it reminded me of when Logan after the Logan Paul match, like, yo, hey, he came too close, and Roman was kind of having that same doubt, like what the hell is going on? And he was on Jimmy Fallon, and Fallon was like, "What's your game plan? Are you changing up anything?" And Roman was like, "I'm not changing nothing. I've been beating everybody." And he got a little bit more vicious in this one. I mean, those bumps on the steps.
Oh my God, yeah. The whole
Oh,
watch party was going, ooh,
like I can't even
ooh.
imagine taking that. Like that just looked terrible. But
Hmm.
all in all, there was a ref bump. Sammy was resistant to get the chair, and Roman was looking like, "Oh, you're not gonna listen to me?" And then Paul Heyman's great. His facial expressions. You're not gonna help out the tribal chief? Just fantastic. But he gets in the chair. All in all, Roman retains. And let's talk about the match before we get into what happened after.
Yeah,
Katie,
let's the match itself was phenomenal. I mean, KO always puts on a great show. Roman always puts on a great show. There's a reason he's the tribal chief. There's a reason he's the head of the table, and there's a reason that KO is the prize fighter. The two of them, when they go at it, they go hard. And what what a good skill set. Like you were saying, those ring step bumps were scary to watch. Certainly something that I think really resonated with the crowd.
yeah,
Um, Otherwise, I mean, Roman retaining was kind of a shoe-in. We all knew that that was probably going to happen because it sets up more of the storyline. Uh, but still, I think it was an excellent match.
Brennan.
I thought it was a really good match, similar to the women's title match. The finish was never really in doubt. I think we were just waiting for an angle to take place. The angle never didn't take place in the match, but I thought Sammy's kind of facial expressions on the outside, you can tell he wasn't like super comfortable with it, so you could kind of see that boiling over. But yeah, Roman, Kevin, two pros.
What
Excited to see what they can do in the
what
ring
was the
next.
time on this?
19 minutes, 15 seconds. So
Okay.
not overly long. Some of Roman's matches have been like, epic lengths for WWE, but 19
Yep.
minutes after two rumbles, keep it relatively short, especially when the angle afterwards was damn near as long as the match itself.
Man.
Yeah.
So Roman, when he's accompanied to the ring, it's Sammy and it's Paul, and then after the match is over, Solo and the Usos come. They bring out the handcuffs, which I think was a factor in like the last time they wrestled at the Rumble
Yes.
during the pandemic. So they bring out the handcuffs, and bro, those super kicks were stiff. They just annihilated Kevin with the super kicks. Before that, Solo hitting the hip attack with KO's head wrapped in a chair, and Roman grabbing the chair, and he's about to like end it, basically murder Kevin Owens on live premium live event. And Sammy's like, no, no. And then Roman's like, okay, you do it then. You do it. Sammy's like, no, this is beneath you. And then just
He legit was like, listen, he's done. He's done. He's not moving. He's done. You don't need to do this.
Sammy showing he has a heart, even though he sold his soul to the proverbial devil. Um, and yeah, I mean, Roman just smacking Sammy up in the face. And then when he hit that chair shot, a callback to when Seth turned on the Shield. I mean, this was cinema at its finest. This was an epic piece of the story. And I mean, Solo and Jimmy, no hesitation. Oh, you want to turn your back on us? All right, boom, boom, boom. Jay, I mean, the touch of him crying and not wanting to hurt his new brother, and Jimmy screaming, "You think he's your brother? I'm your actual brother." That was beautiful. And Jay just crying and walking down the ramp. I thought that was fun. Touch on it while I answer this phone call.
I mean, I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. The everything else was the Royal Rumble. I thought everything before this was like fine, but this thing just took it over the top and was just so compelling. Now I can nitpick some little things here and there, but I mean, as Phillip said, like all the different angles and all the different little intricacies of everybody involved, I thought it was great. Jay finally kind of switching it up to where now he's like the pro Sammy guy when he was always the anti Sammy guy for so long.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like sad tears. It was like angry tears. She was like, oh my God, after all this you're turning your back on us. And he's conflicted because he loves Sammy, but obviously it's a family and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I thought it was great. The only thing I will say is I know they're not going to do this. I wish there was blood. I wish Kevin was just bloodied up in the handcuffs and that just took it to the next level. But they're not gonna do that in WWE.
No.
I just wish, especially in this type of angle, I wish there was blood.
Absolutely. I mean, just continuing on with it. Sorry about the phone call, but Roman screaming like "I gave you the world," and all that. That was great. And then the "fuck you" Roman chants at the end. I mean, chef's kiss.
And touching on Jay again, angry tears, I think, instead of sad tears. But I also think that this leaves potential for Jay to turn on the bloodline as well. Realizing that, there's no need for this ruthless violence, and realizing that he's above it, which then in turn could lead to a Jay and Sammy tag team.
Absolutely.
And I mean, at the beginning of the bloodline, it was Jay going up against Roman. So that has always kind of been there.
It did remind, when he was crying, it did remind me of like that scene in the Thunderdome, like, I hate you, for what you're doing. And Roman tearing off the honorary Uce shirt. I mean, oh my God.
Oof, yeah.
And then just ripping up the lei that he was going to bestow upon Sammy. I mean, oh, this was good. This was amazing. I'm just looking back at clips of this, man. I mean, this was something truly special.
It was brutal. It was violent. It was emotional. And it was the best thing of the night.
Man.
Yeah, wrapping it back around, there's no way this couldn't end the Royal Rumble. Like, there's nothing that was going to top this. So might as well put it on last. Even though it is the Royal Rumble, this was the right call in the match order.
I know we got some fan mail. I'm gonna hit Nigerian Prince. He doesn't email us that often, but when he does, he makes an impression, and I like this dude. After a performance like that, if Boys in the Hood were to be made today, Roman would have played Trey. That shit was something different. You know what? The hell with Cuba Gooding Jr. Put Roman in the role. Remake the movie. Hootie Who 420.
Hootie Who.
There we go. Cody winning the obvious pick, but no one was mad at it. And the one-on-one match with Gunther at the end was a beautiful touch. Pitch Black match was weird, and I liked it. And Roman, when WrestleMania goes Hollywood, he needs to stay. What a bloody brilliant performance on his part. Okay. And Jack of all trades. I've watched wrestling for over 30 years. That was probably the best Rumble event I've seen in my life. And the ending, unbelievable. Bravo, bravo. Yeah, man. I mean, it was something. It was something truly special. I mean, this is Sami Zayn is an example of just master storytelling. And the tidbit before he turned on Roman, like when Sami was conflicted with the chair in his hand, Roman was like, "You can go back and do jackass shit." I thought that was a nice little touch that the audio caught. I mean, it was everything in it, man, was just incredible. It really was a masterclass in how to do the entertainment part of sports entertainment. Truthfully. And Triple H in that press conference said nobody does it better. And this is right. This is absolutely right. And just the fact that Sami Zayn, when he'd been trying to, get with the bloodline back in August, they were in Montreal. That's where Roman and him were first on screen together. Now to take it back to, we most likely think he will get the match in Montreal at Elimination Chamber. That's master storytelling right there, bro. Come on, man. The E does it like nobody else does. Man, you can't tell me Roman Reigns isn't the best wrestler on this planet after this. You can't. You can't tell me. You can't tell me he's not. I will argue it to the death. To the death of me, God damn it.
Cody was saying he's the best wrestler.
Oh, of course, he's the world champ, Cody likes
Oh,
it.
we didn't talk about the Cody Rhodes hand signal, a little too sweet kiss to finger guns. So maybe just closing the chapter on that, a little homage.
Yeah, got to remember where you came from.
And now we got the Young Bucks Twitter profile has that now. So
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, man, wrestling is more than one royal family, and Cody's coming after Roman's bloodline. That's what this
and
is.
my sources say that Roman is only going to have one match at WrestleMania, and so it's looking like it's going to be Cody.
Yeah.
That's gonna be an interesting story. It really is. Um, what is our overall grade for this Royal Rumble, Katie?
A-.
Okay, Brandon.
As I said, going into the final match, it was an average Rumble. I thought the ending took it over the top. A- as well.
I'll give it an A. Not a plus, not a minus, just an A. I think this was something. I said, the Rumble was going to be Triple H's true coming out party as a creative leader, and this was it, man.
Sometimes predictability, because I think Triple H and NXT back in the day had a thing for being predictable and too predictable. Sometimes just making it make sense, a predictable story is a good story.
Yes. I want to like when the list comes out, I want to know who produced what. Because
Yeah.
man, whoever produced I got to give kudos to that whole Roman thing. I know I'm putting it over like that, but it was just we haven't had real storytelling like that, especially in WWE in a little while, man. So I mean, it was something really cool. But that's gonna do it for our recap of the Royal Rumble. Thank you guys for listening to this. We will be back on Wednesday, Thursday, the usual time frame with the fallout from the Rumble. Can't wait to see what Cody says on Raw. Can't wait to see the fallout of this. This is all gonna be something tight. And yeah, thank you guys so much. We out.